Welcome to Here's Why. My name is Jimmy Talbert, and I'm joined with Mr. Dom Fawcett, executive coach and leadership speaker.
Nailed it.
I got it that time.
Yes, you did. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
No.
So today, we're going to be going through some different strategies to help you use video to build your social media following. We're going to be talking about why it's important. We're going to be talking about kind of how you do it and what you can actually get from that. So, I'm excited to have you. You've done a pretty good job of organically building a social following.
You know, it's videos. It really started, and I know that's the topic of today, but in all seriousness, videos are, one, they're easy to do. You just turn your camera on your phone if you're going to start there. But before we get into the nitty gritty, it's the stuff that people do. Like I think you and I have had offline conversations about video and how people just really digest multiple videos at the exact same time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reality is that's what social media is becoming, right?
Correct.
It's distracting, and let's be honest, people love a good distraction.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And so when you can engage with them through that, it's incredibly valuable. So
I think video is so powerful simply because doing video requires a person to speak.
Yeah.
As a speaker's coach, and you guys have a studio here, you see people struggle with doing that. So the moment you can overcome the public speaking, if you will, the fear of, you start doing video, and then it separates your business, from every other CEO or president that has a business as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I in my experience, and I've told you about this offline, but when 8 years ago,
yeah,
I would have avoided doing a professional video like the plague.
Like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, even to the point where there was times where I wrote scripts for people and had someone else do it because and it wasn't actually being seen. It was my voice that I didn't like.
I've never not liked my voice. So when you say you didn't like your voice, like what does it do? What does one go through when they don't like their voice?
Well, so in my opinion, I was very monotone.
Okay.
Right? And so I know when I watch people and everything, that was something that makes it boring, right?
But you've obviously overcome that. So what'd you do to overcome that, to be on videos the way you are now?
First thing I did was a gentleman by the name of Ramon was someone who I worked with at the time.
Okay.
And I noticed in his presentation that he would speed up at certain times and then slow way down to emphasize other points. And my thought was, that's something that I could do that I wouldn't have to worry about the inflection in my voice, right? To still give emphasis. And so I started practicing that and doing that. And like I said, speed it up and then slow it way down when I wanted something. And then when I go through bullet points, go through them real quick. And then from there, and from doing it over and over and over and over again, I learned to just emphasize certain, have more inflection in my voice.
Okay.
And just watching other people and trying to copy, essentially, initially, different things, because I was then watching, not their content, but watching what they were doing.
Got it. When you say what they were doing, you're talking like their body language?
Body language, but then also, I mean, my biggest concern was voice.
Okay.
My voice.
I can see
others,
that.
it's different. I mean, and I'm sure you've seen this before. I've recorded enough people where they're stiff as a board, and you got to
We've both seen it, right?
Or their hands are straight down while they're standing up,
right?
And
they're doing one of these,
and they, the Ricky Bobby thing. I don't know what to do with my hands.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah. So, but that happens with a lot of people, and so it was just getting over that. But and I think that a lot of people, to say you need to use video to build your following, that scares a lot of people too, because their social media is a personal place in a lot of ways. There's people that know them maybe not as the speaker, not as the presenter, not as the whatever, and that's something that
I think people have to
get over it.
I was literally about to say that they have to get over it. I tell people the bottom line is the dollar sign.
That's right.
So if you're afraid to do video, you're afraid to make money. I had a client, potential client, not a client of mine, but he says, well, I don't want to post videos on my personal Instagram because it's I'm like, dude, you're 42. Are you trying to grow a brand, build a business, or are you trying to be validated by the things that you post?
Do you not have, I mean, let's be honest, in any business, do you not have any of your clients on your personal social media? I mean, if you
right.
don't,
you're
in
a
most
horrible
cases,
business.
then you must be selling something that's a scam.
Exactly. My clients become my friends, but
that's right.
And you bring up a valid point. Take your stuff off private. If you're trying to grow a brand, build a business, bring credibility to yourself, because if you can do videos, you become a little bit more credible in the space that you're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And again, it comes down to engagement. People will engage with videos. It was a study, we've talked about this before, that by 2022, 82% of internet bandwidth will be used for video streaming or downloading. That's insane.
And it started with YouTube a while back, and now here we are. I mean, it doesn't take much to own your own TV station now.
Right.
It doesn't. Over-the-air TV. These are all videos, but people, what I hear a lot is, well, I don't want to sound fake. Because you talked about being monotone, and recently I was talking to somebody, a group of people, about your voice. So I have a radio show. My radio voice is, hey, welcome to the Think React Lead radio show. This is Dom Fawcett. But again, I'm targeting listeners.
Yeah.
Right. But on television, it's not fake. It's exaggerated. And if you look at any TV show, their mannerisms are oftentimes exaggerated so that you as the viewer can engage with them.
That's right. Well, and it's just like speaking from one to many as opposed to one to one, right?
Correct.
If we're just sitting here and I'm super exaggerating, hey, this guy is an excited dude. But if I was doing that same thing in front of a group of people,
right,
which you are when you're creating video,
definitely.
If you're at if you want them to be at a 7, you need to be at a 12.
At a minimum. You do. Why do speakers come out on stage? Why? We all watch the morning news. Well, most people have, right? Good day and welcome to. That's as opposed to good day and welcome to.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that at 6 in the morning. Like, I don't want to hear that be my traffic guy. Like, I think I might die that day if that's my traffic guy. So just get over the I don't like the way that I sound, because you sound the way you sound. And we talked about this last show, but in case you missed it, the way that you sound when you're talking right now, or when I'm talking, my sound that I hear is coming from here. When if I watch this on replay, when I watch this on replay,
watch it on a video.
There we go. I'm hearing it from here. So quick test. All you got to do is say your name and then say your name and block your ears like this, and you'll hear the difference. And that's why people don't like the way that they sound. But you can't do anything about the way you sound.
That's right. Yeah. I worked on some stuff to improve my voice, but overall, I would say in the reps of doing it over and over and over again, that's where I really learned to embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
And
you have a great voice, by the way.
Well, thank you.
You're very
welcome. You, sir. But yeah, it's getting over what society. When your personal worth is judged by what society thinks, getting over that is something. I mean, that's a whole nother topic that we could go on for an hour about.
That's like a book.
That's something you have to do, and that'll make you successful in a lot of other aspects of your life as well.
Now, on a lighter note, specific to videos, because he and I can go down that path because we see what people struggle with. But videos. Let's talk about your lighting. I think lighting plays a huge part in video.
Absolutely
think
does.
Audio, right? People will forgive a bad video, but they will not forgive bad audio in a video.
You're absolutely right. Lighting and audio are huge. You don't want it to sound like you're in a wind tunnle.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Dom Fawcett. Yeah, you don't want it to sound like that.
It's horrible. That's like my version of a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to throw it out there in case you didn't know.
But it's actually incredible the quality of videos that people can make outside of a studio like this.
It's just a phone. I mean, your phone nowadays, unless you're some
So
covert
advanced.
operator. I can't talk today.
No.
Covert operative with a
There
flip
we go.
phone. I was
There
just
we
trying to get the flip phone. Really is what I was trying to do. But turn your phone on and go.
Yeah.
And get outdoor shots. I think outdoor videos are great, different sceneries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say you live in I had somebody tell me the other day, well, my apartment's not that nice. Pick a corner, one corner
Yeah.
of your house. Everybody has a corner.
Light
Pick a
it up.
corner, one light, and if you don't have any lights, pick a corner near a window. Make sure that the window is in front of you.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was going to say, one of my friends who does a lot of videos from home with her cell phone literally has books stacked up in her windowsill, right? She faces out the window and then the phone there. And it works fine.
You never know.
You never would know with the quality of her video and audio. And she's close enough, that it engages, it hooks people. She does a good job.
If you don't know what to say, find a teleprompter app that you can put on your phone, and then you put in some content, press play, and the words go up the phone, and all you got to do is look into the camera hole. Real quick tip for if you're just doing videos without the teleprompter, stop looking at yourself and look in the camera when you're talking. Because when you look at yourself and you're doing a video, watch. Right now I'm looking at you. Hey, welcome to Think React Lead, or welcome to Why Not Results. I'm Don Fawcett here with Jimmy Talbert. As opposed to, let's pretend I'm looking at myself. Hey, I'm here with Jimmy Talbert. Little shift, but I've disconnected with you. Just something to consider.
Yeah. And I mean, if we're talking about video, what you're doing, things like changing angles, changing things like that does help. But again, you can do them with your phone. And a story you've told me before was one of the ways that you started doing that, and it helped your following was you started, what was it, recording a video a day for your team?
For my group of so I had a group of employees. I was in the corporate space, and I would just record 60-second leadership videos for them to watch every day.
And one that I'm sure improved those reps.
Definitely.
What you were doing, but then additionally, what did that content do for you? We're talking about growing a social media following here. What did you have a solid social media following across different platforms?
I do, and it started with adding value, right? My videos that I did literally came from my heart. Honestly, I couldn't get my employees off their phone. So I'm like, you know what? If they're gonna be there, I might as well meet them there. So I would do 60-second leadership videos. And what that did was somebody said, put them on LinkedIn. So you can put videos on LinkedIn before I knew anything about social media. And I did them on Instagram, did them on LinkedIn, and then I got promoted. I'm like, oh, people like they like the leadership videos. Then people started sharing my videos on their page, which I didn't know you could do. And I never planned on being self-employed, but that led to what I do today.
And that starts with value.
Correct, totally.
That's relevant to your ideal audience. What are some other ways or reasons or however this might question for you, but things that people should be doing as it pertains to video and to grow their social media following, to encourage people to.
If you're not sure what to say, read any page in a book. Take some content that you learned, share it, because you may be reading a book that 100 people that are following you aren't reading. And you just say, hey, I was reading a book, and then this is what I found out. This is how I implemented what I found out in my life. Hopefully that helps you. And when you do your videos, I always suggest that you always brand yourself. So for example, I start and stop with, hey, welcome to Think React Lead, name of my company. I'm Don Fawcett, my name, your executive coach and leadership speaker. At the end of a video, once I've provided some value and some content, again, thanks for watching. I'm Don Fawcett, your executive coach and leadership speaker with Think React Lead. And what that does is it helps you with your elevator pitch. So when you're talking to people off video, but it lets your audience who's watching you, it lets them know your name of your company, and what you do. You don't have a name of your company, you don't know what you do, just say your name.
Yeah, with most. I mean, as any small business gets started, the brand is going to be wrapped up in you for a foreseeable period of time, which is good because again, it adds a human element to a brand. We've talked about that as well
several times.
Is humanizing your brand and your message is absolutely critical in today's day and age. How many of your clients, and whether it's ongoing clients or clients that you win, do see you on social media beforehand? And
I'd say all of them.
Yeah.
Like 100% of my clients, conversations start with, hey, I was watching one of your videos. And I've had people that have hired me that watched a video from 2 or 3 years ago.
And is it safe to say that maybe if you watch that, you might say, oh man, I wish I would have changed this and this and this back then, right?
I wish I would have changed the lighting, the camera that I used, right?
Everybody is their own
worst critic.
Worst critic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your worst enemy in that respect, because the very casual. I mean, look, this is obviously not a scripted show right here.
It shouldn't be.
If it is, I'm going way off script. But
that clap wasn't scripted. But anyways.
But it's obviously not scripted. But that's become the norm today as well.
So a not so perfect talk is very acceptable, appreciated, and I think warranted.
Yeah.
People use video to connect with people. So the ums and the uhs, or if you stutter like I do sometimes, or you don't know what you're gonna say, or you don't want to be perfect. You want to be human. You want to be the same person on camera that you are in person.
You're absolute. I couldn't have said it better. Literally,
he's like 6'3" in person. So
not true. If you ever meet me here, but Gary Vee, who I'm sure a lot of people follow, you might know, talks about how you should be posting 6 to 10 times per day to just keep your business relevant.
Keep you relevant. Keep people coming back to your page. A rule of thumb I use for Instagram story is never let it fall off. 10 to 20 posts in my story every single day.
So, question that people will ask is, well, how do you create all that content, all that stuff?
You got 2 ways. You can do it a simple way, which is I do it, and you do it yourself. You put in all the work, you put in all the laborious hours, or you hire Why Not Results. Shameless plug.
Yeah, one thing we do is help people create what's called a season of content, where you create a series of episodes. Like this, the long form version of this would be considered an episode. It might be 20 minutes or so.
Right.
And from that, then you can take that, or our team takes that episode, breaks it up into a whole bunch of other little pieces to talk about your different points. And then comes up with some quotes and a whole,
the whole branding thing.
Yeah, we did a season where we recorded in a day, a work day, right? And that's a long day of recording.
Talking
you record
for that long,
is a long day. So with some clients, we'll break it up into 2 half days too. But either way, out of that, we had over 180 separate pieces of content.
Right.
That can be used across several platforms, and then use it throughout the different aspects of our sales and marketing funnel. And so it's being posted on social media. It's being used in follow-up. It's being used in all these different things. But you can create, 3 to 6 months worth of content
easily
in a day of work. That's the other way to do it. But I think the other thing is thinking about on social media, there's really 2 aspects that you want to think about. You want to think about the likability factor, and then your credibility. Right?
They go hand in hand.
Credibility is the advice. Likability is also just the human aspect.
Right.
And that's where the recording from your phone, walking around and stuff.
Keeping it simple. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Like there's times that we record in here. There's times that I might be on a major TV studio, or there's times I literally be on my sofa with my wife with my cell phone.
Yeah.
And people, as crazy as this sounds, I'll get comments. I love the fact that you show up with your family at home.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says, I love the fact you look so perfect, and I do, by the way. You look so perfect in the Why Not Results studio. Like, nobody says that. Why? Because they appreciate it, but they really like the human aspect.
Yeah, and that's where the likability. And then you have other things where you're building your credibility, and you want it a little bit more polished.
Yep.
Right? And it goes a long ways. So Absolutely critical. Appreciate the shameless plug there.
Of course, sir. Of course. I do what I can. Oh, what's in my hand? It's the mug. Why not results? Anyways, I digress.
Branding.
Anyway, I think they have enough to work with, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. So that's what we're going to cover today. Make sure that you like and subscribe on here. Helps us as well. But Jimmy Talbert with Here's Why. Thank you so much. And
I'm Don Fawcett with Think React Lead. You guys have a fantastic day.
sign off.